Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. How are you dear students? I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to English grade 7 video lecture series. Students, today we are going to talk about homographs. Yes, this is related to words and also it is related to our previous lesson where we talked about homophones. So I hope that you had great time learning about homophones, and now let's see what are homographs. Do they sound familiar? Yes, they do, but there is a slight change that we need to see. So for homographs, we have the students learning outcome. Identify and use homographs words spelled the same with different pronunciation. Yes, these are the words that have same writing, same kind of spellings, but they have different pronunciations. These are some examples that are given over here, and we will try to learn them and some other examples as well. So this is your students learning outcome that we will cover. Here is your vertical linkage that links your SLO with the previous grade. This is for just extensive and additional information. Students, let's talk about your brainstorming session today. What comes in your mind when you think about homographs? We know that in the previous lesson we talked about homophones. They are words that have same kind of sound, same pronunciation, but they had different spellings and different meanings. So think of the word L-E-A-D. Now we know that the word can be pronounced as lead and it can also be pronounced as lead. So it has two meanings. First one is a heavy metal, lead. Lead is a heavy metal. And the word, when you pronounce it differently, lead, it means to guide or show the way. So, but the spellings are same. This is a homograph. Homo means same, similar, and graph means to write. So these words are written similarly in the same way, but they have different pronunciation. Lead means a heavy metal. Lead means to guide or show the way, to lead somebody, like a leader do. So students, this is a very good example of homograph. The words are spelled the same, but having different meaning, and they have different pronunciation as well. So there are a lot of different words in the English language that are homographs. Let's talk about homographs in detail. These are words that have the same spelling. It means the same way we write them, but can have different meanings and sometimes different pronunciations. Despite their identical or same spelling, homographs can be pronounced differently or have different definitions based on the context in which they are used. So in the example of L-E-A-D, lead, we see that the word is pronounced as lead and also pronounced as lead. So it means they have same spellings, but they have different pronunciations. Now here are some few examples of homographs before you. Now students, when we are talking about the parts of speech, the word, the classification of the word, they can also differ of in the homographs. First we have an example of bow. Now this is bow, a knot or a decorative item tied with ribbon, like a bow tie. But the same word having the same spelling is pronounced as bow. Bow means to bend forward or show respect. Bow is a noun. It is a name of a thing, the bow tie, and to bow is a verb. So we noticed that even if we have same identical spellings, one can be of noun and the other can be a part of the verb. All right. So, next one is tear, which is a noun. A drop of liquid that comes from the eyes when somebody is crying. That is what we call a tear. But to tear something, this is pronounced as tear. Tear and tear. Tear means to rip or pull something apart forcefully. To rip something, to rip a paper, or to rip anything that is easy to break. Now, students, you see that a tear is your liquid coming from your eyes, but tear means to tear something apart. So, same word having same spellings but having different meanings and different pronunciation. So, this is what we call a homograph. Let's talk about some more examples. Lead means a type of metal often used in pencils or pipes. And this is a noun. It is a name of a thing. And lead means to guide or be in charge of something or someone. And it is a verb. Same way, wind is the natural movement of air. Wind. And wind is to turn or twist something, such as winding a clock. So when you are winding a clock, that is having the same spelling, but it is called winding and or wind. And the air that you have, the wind, having the same spellings, but it is called wind. So wind and wind, they are having same spellings, they are homographs. Lead and lead are homographs. All right. Bass. Bass is a type of fish found in fresh water, and bass is the lowest tone in musical sound or pitch. Row. A line of things such as seats or people, and row, to propel a boat forward using oars. Here is a word, object. Object is a physical thing that can be seen and touched. But to object means to disagree with something or express disapproval. I object to the decision, and this is an object. So we have a slight difference in the pronunciation of this word, but they are used in different pronunciations and having different meanings. So I hope that now you can come up with different words by your own that are homographs, and try to make sentences using these homographs as well. Here are some more examples for your understanding with examples with sentences. Point means my point is totally different, you are talking wrong. And another thing is, this is the central point of the circle. Park, national park, and please park your car outside. They have different meanings. Palm is, palm trees are very long, and he hit him with the palm of his hand. One thing is, please book a cab for me. Arrange a cab for me or book a cab for me. And the second homograph is, I like poetry books. So to book something and book, they are pronounced with different stress, but they are homographs. Here are some more examples. And now let's talk about your classroom activity, students. You have to select the right kind of word, the right homograph to put in the context. So read the following sentences and tick the correct meaning of the bold homograph. I saw a tear in my sister's eye. So what does tear means here? Does it mean a drop of liquid that comes from the eyes when crying? Or does it mean to rip or pull something apart? Which homograph is the correct one? The first one. Yes, a drop of liquid. Secondly, he refused to eat the vegetables on his plate. To refuse means to decline or reject something, or waste material, trash or garbage. Here, refuse means to reject something. All right. The dove flew gracefully across the sky. What does dove mean? A type of bird, or the past tense of the word or the verb dive. Dive and dove. And there is another word, dove. So dove and dove. Which of these do you think is the right one? The dove flew gracefully. Yes, it is a type of word a type of bird we are talking about. So, students, let's talk about the simulation. Here you can get additional information about the main topic. And for your worksheet, you're going to identify different homographs with activities and exercises related to the main learning outcome and main lesson. For your homework, you have to read the following sentences again and take the correct meaning from that. These are just 2 questions for your practice as your homework. Now, these are all the resources that are available in the description of the video. You can access them easily and you can solve these resources for better understanding. Now, students, I would request you to also make sentences using these different homographs, because they have different meanings and different pronunciations. So try to elaborate the difference using or making different kinds of sentences. This is your task that you need to do in order to practice fully the homographs. So again, homographs are words that are having same spellings but different meanings and different pronunciation. And we have seen numerous examples with sentences as well. So I hope you are clear about homophones and homographs as well. Thank you so much, students. Take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.